Call me Dr. Brianna, bitch. Hey, what is up, you guys? Today I'm coming at you with a new video. I thought today was a great day to install the TST Industries integrated brake light onto my 2019 Kawasaki ZX6R, also known as the Ninja 636. This is a beautiful bike, but when I bought it, the previous owner had done a fender delete on it and did not replace the blinkers, so it does not have blinkers right now. So I went ahead and went onto the TST Industries website and I bought this black smoked out integrated tail light. This comes with everything that you need to install onto this bike. I just went onto the website, selected my bike, and this one had the best ratings, so I went ahead and got this one. So I'm going to bring you guys along with me while we replace the brake light. The tools that you are going to need for this project are super simple. Everybody should have these. Also, I'm wearing gloves and a hat and a heated jacket and snow boots because it's like 25 degrees. I have a heater going in my garage, but it is still very, very cold. But I am impatient and really wanted to get this done, so that's what we're doing today. The tools you're going to need for this job are a Phillips screwdriver. You're going to need a 10mm socket, which you can see with my gloves on. Then you're going to need a 4mm hex key. These are super nice because they have the handle. I love these. So these are all the tools you're going to need to get the plastics off, get everything, all the bolts and everything out. I'm going to bring you guys along with me and let's get started. All right, the first step is to take this seat off. There is a little keyhole right underneath this rear seat. You're just going to put your key in there and there we go. All right, once you've got your seat off, there is a little cord here that you're going to pull right here. It slides right off. We're going to use our 4mm hex key. We're going to be taking out these 4 bolts. So, as you can see, this one is just a little bit shorter than the previous one. No. Oh my god, this is too freaking hard to close on. This one is super long as well. The long ones go in the back, shorties in the front. And fourth one. I lied, there's 6, so you gotta get these 2 as well. Now we've got these 2 fasteners right here. We're just going to use this hex key to push in. There's 2 little dots right there to push them in. We've also got 2 fasteners right here as well. Hopefully you guys can see these ones. You're going to just gently push those in as well. Takes hardly any pressure at all to pop those out. And then you should just be able to push them out. Now we're going to work on getting these painted panels off right here. There should be a little fastener right here. If you can kind of work this out right here, then the whole thing should easily come out. That went off. That was a lot more difficult than I anticipated it to be. But we got it, we're good. Cool, one piece down. Second side out. Woohoo! So next you're going to need a Phillips screwdriver. There's 2 little plastic fasteners right here, directly like in the middle of where the seat was, right next to the battery. You're going to take the Phillips and undo those. Another plastic one on this side. Okay, so that one is pretty stripped. I'm not able to get it out, so I was actually able to just kind of lift it up because I don't want to ruin that screw. So we are just going to leave it just like that, because I don't think it has to fully come off. All right, so this whole thing should just come out, but it looks like it's like secured in there. So we're gonna take a 10mm, and we're gonna take this bolt out and this bolt out. We're gonna need a long 10mm to get to this one. Okay. Now this whole thing should just come out. Ta-da! Just like that. It's very, very dirty, but that is okay. We're gonna undo this fastener here. So What I'm gonna do is I brought this rag over, so I'm gonna set this here so it doesn't scratch the paint on the bike. All right, so the main taillight plug is gonna be right here. So you probably want something squishy to, there we go. Hooray for nails. All right, so we're gonna take that out and around and flip her on around. And we're just gonna push this in. Again, I got nails, so hooray. And we're gonna unplug that, like so. All right, so then we're gonna bring this up and around. And I already unfastened that. So now this is loose and ready to go. So now we're gonna get the actual tail light off. So we have to undo these two screws. We're good. So I'm actually gonna leave these in here so that we don't lose them. So next you're gonna release both of these. That's why I bought a magnet, you guys, because I off every screw. We're not gonna drop this one. So this just lifts off. I'm gonna put these back in here again, not to lose them. All right, so now we're gonna take the Phillips and we're gonna unscrew these ones. Okay, this is not. So we gotta undo these as I gotta get this whole mount off. Now that that's off, this whole thing moves. So I'm able to pop this out gently. And then we should just be able to wiggle her out. The girl's out, yay! Super easy once I got those zip ties out of there. One thing I almost forgot to do is we want to take these grommets off of the old taillight. They're rubber, so I kind of just, I'm gonna show you guys without breaking. I kind of just pulled on. I kind of just pull on it while also kind of pushing the bottom, then it should just come right out. There we go. Old ones off of the old taillight. Got one. I hope you guys can even see what I'm doing. We got them on. Alright, so now we're going to install the new taillight. We're gonna take that off. I just throw it. And we are just gonna work it from this side. There we go. There she goes. And then there's two little spots here for the grommeted sides to go into. Get those seated in there, make sure these are all in place. Looks like it's in a good spot here. I'm gonna immediately put these washer and screws back in here, just so I don't forget. Last thing you want is to have missing bolts or extra bolts after. We're gonna replace this piece, put it back in here. And again, with these screws, you do not want to over tighten. Just not super tight. These back on. All right, so now that we've got this kind of secured, we're gonna go ahead and put this back in here. And there is kind of like a little place to tuck the wires right there. So I'm gonna stretch this out. Make sure this black sheath is all the way to the very back as far as it can go. Just kind of wanna stretch this out, straighten it. These will stay here. Up there, this plugs into this way. So that's secured in there. Once you hear that click, you're gonna remount it back onto the frame. All right, so once you have that all plugged in, you're gonna pull out this here. So I believe it's these two. Don't ask me which one's which because I honestly have no fucking idea. So we're just gonna plug it in and turn the blinker on and see what happens. Got those plugged in. We want to turn the bike on, see if we've got our blinkers right. Left is good. Right is good. All right, I'm gonna show you guys the different settings that you can have for the brake light. So regular blinkers, they're good. Brake light, you can have it strobe, which I don't like that one. So you click it. I like that one personally because it flashes and then is a solid. But the blinkers look normal. Vibrate? I don't even know like what you'd call that. I don't like that one. So that one kind of goes like that. I like that one personally. That one's my favorite, but I just want to make sure it's on that. Yeah. All right, so now that we got the new taillight on, we're going to replace the license plate. I am going to wipe it off though. I like to kind of clean things as I go, best I can. Now we have our license plate back on nice and snug. I'm gonna go ahead and tuck all these wires into here. I guess I really thought, I don't know what this is for, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, not a clue. So we're just gonna kind of tuck it in here and pretend like it's not there, as we do with most things that we don't know anything about. All right, we're gonna fasten this back down with our 10mm. Woo. Make sure it's in properly where you want it. Make sure my wires are nice and snug, nothing's tugging. We're gonna go ahead and lower this down. I love this bike. Everything on this bike is so much easier to do than it ever is on my KTM over here. But I am very grateful for this bike. I love it. It has taught me everything. So I'm very grateful. It was time for an upgrade. Much needed upgrade. Okay. Let's go ahead and start putting some screws back in. It took me a minute to figure these out, but to get them to go in, you literally just pop them out and line it up and push her on in and then click that in. Oh my God, literally the easiest thing ever. Alright you guys, and that is how you install the TST Industries integrated taillight into the 2019 Kawasaki ZX6R. But I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!